Shiva Shankar Bhaje Ganga Bhaje Karata Madhurya Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasa Madhurya Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasa Madhurya Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasa Madhurya Mridanga Bhaje Iva Bahu Koti Chandani Vadana Huzva Koti Chandani Vadana Huzva Bahu Koti Chandani Vadana Huzva Koti Chandani Vadana Huzva Gala Deshe Bala Kore Bala Mala Gala Deshe Bala Kore Bala Gala Deshe Bala Kore Bala Mala Gala Deshe Bala Kore Janama Shiva Shiva Sukha Narada Preme Garaga Shiva Shiva Sukha Narada Preme Garaga Shiva Shiva Sukha Narada Preme Garaya Sukha Narada Preme Garaya Bhakati Vinoda Deke Gora Rasambhana Bhakati Vinoda Deke Bhakati Vinoda Deke Gora Rasambhana Bhakati Goranita Jaya Goranita Jaya Goranita Jaya Goranita Goranita Jaya Goranita Jaya Goranita Jaya Goranita Jaya Goranita Jaya Goranita Jaya Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinaya Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinaya Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nivashesha Sunyavadi Prastatyari Shatarane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nivashesha Sunyavadi Prastatyari Shatarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Shri Advaita Gadadhar Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Kishore Kishore, Jaya Kishore Kishore, Jaya Kishore Kishore, Jaya Kishore Kishore, Kishore Kishore, Jaya 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 Kishore Kishore. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Gauranga, Jaya Gauranga, Jaya Gauranga, Jaya Gauranga. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya 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 Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gauranga, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gauranga, Haribo.
Jai Gaur Premanande, Jai Om Vishnupad Paramamsa Parirajikari Stotra Sutta Simil's Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarvinde A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramamsa Parirajikari Stotra Sutta Simil's Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem se kaho Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की ब्रजम वृंदावन धाम की श्री क्षेत्र महापुर धाम की गंगा माँ यमुना माई की भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की समेत गौर भक्त वृंद की शिला प्रभुपाद ट्रांसजेंडर बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय गौर प्रेमानंदी all glories assembled devotees all glories assembled devotees all glories Shri Guru and Gauranga all glories Srila Prabhupada ki Namaste Narasimhaya Praladadahine हिरण्यकाशिपूर्वक्षाय शीलतङ्कानकालहरे शीलतङ्कालहरे हितो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहाय नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा वहे नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा हे नरसिंहा हे नरसिंहा नारसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपते नरसिंह तव कर कमलवरे नाखाद्भुत सिंह ललिता हिरण्यकशिपो तनुवेन्द केशवदिता नरहरिरूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे तव कर कमल Anuvenga Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Nrsimha Dev Jaya Nrsimha Dev Jaya Nrsimha Dev Jaya Nrsimha Dev Nrsimha Dev Jaya Nrsimha Dev Jaya Nrsimha Dev Jaya Nrsimha Dev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada जय श्री श्री विघ्न विनाशक नृसिंह देव भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So on behalf of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, we welcome you here to the Kishore Kishori Temple for the third Thursday evening program. So we have a very, very special guest. You all know him. Those who know him, he does not need any introduction. His name is His Grace Gauranga Prabhu. He is coming all the way from Mumbai. Haribo! So for those who don't know him, I'm going to read out a small bio about him. Gauranga is a BTech graduate from IIT Mumbai and is serving in various capacities at national and global level in ISKCON organization. He is governing body commission of ISKCON, trustee of ISKCON GBC College, member of the GBC Organization Development Committee and GBC Nominations Committee. Divisional Director of Devotee Care and Temple Development, Systems and Administration Departments of ISKCON temples worldwide. He is the director of the Govardhan Eco Village, a United Nations World Tourism Organization award-winning Eco Village community and co-president of the ISKCON Chowpatty Temple. He is also serving as trustee and administrative director for Bhaktivedanta Research Center, BRC, Kolkata. He is an inspirational speaker by his expertise of presenting Vedic knowledge in a contemporary and exciting way. He is making spirituality accessible to all. He has represented ISKCON as a speaker in various conferences and has given more than 10,000 discourses in last 2 decades on Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, amongst other scriptures.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yasodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र से श्रीमद् His Divine Grace Srila Bhai Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki ISKCON Vivid Sansthabhakacharya Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stodrak Se Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की गंगा माई की जमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदायिनी श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की कलयुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की श्री श्री किशोर किशोरी भगवान की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Navin, अभी ये लेवल टाइट करो। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नम ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Thank you very much for inviting me this evening to speak on the topic of the secret of balancing one's life. In the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks to Arjuna, यज्ञ दान तपः कर्म न त्याज्यं कार्यमेव तत्। यज्ञ दान तपः कर्म पावनानि मनीषिणाम्। My dear Arjuna, the secret of balancing one's life is by doing these three things on a daily basis. What are the three things? First is tapa. Tapa basically means austerity. Tapa basically means giving pain to oneself voluntarily by making choices. The whole education system is focused on success. Everybody wants to study, get degrees because they want Vijay. But the Vedic education system was focused on three other foundations for Vijay. And the first was Vairagya, renunciation. Then was Vivek, discrimination. Then was Vinay, humility. And then only Vijay or success. So therefore, tapasya basically means voluntary restraint. And that voluntary restraint is many times thought by people to be painful. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us that voluntary restraint can be blissful. Anandalila maya vigrahaya hema bhadivyas chavi sundaraya tasmai mahaprema varapradaya chaitanya chandraya namo namaste. That is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's contribution. That restraint can be recreation. It can be blissful. Ananda Lilamaya Vigrahaya. His personality was bliss personified. And he therefore appeared in this world to give us an alternative narrative to what is austerity. तावत् रागादयस्तेन यावत् कारगृहं गृहं यावत् मोहोङ्घ्रिनिगडो यावत् कृष्ण न ते जनाः. Brahmaji is saying, in Vrindavan there is not a single sannyasi. Everybody is grihastha. India has 650,000 villages. Why is everybody speaking only of one village, Vrindavan? Because everybody's house and lives has Krishna in the center. Tavat ragadayastena, without keeping Krishna in the center, the desires will become thieves. Kara graham graham, the house without Krishna in the center will become kara graham, which means jail. Tavat mohongri nigado, and the illusion that I am the enjoyer and proprietor, that will become like shackles. Javat Krishna na te janaha, without keeping Krishna in the center. And therefore, Brahmaji is glorifying the Brajavasis and saying, Aho bhagyam Nanda Gopa Brajau Kasam Yanamitram Paramanandam Purna Brahma Sanatanam. What a fortune of the Brajavasis! The demigods are considering Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead, offering respects from a distance. Brajavasis are playing with Krishna as their own friend. Purna Brahma Sanatanam. And therefore, the first principle of balance is one has to have the proper understanding of what to aspire for. So, therefore, the first challenge to overcome with respect to tapasya is kama or lust or the desire, the aspiration to enjoy, the aspiration to enjoy, the aspiration to enjoy sense gratification in a selfish manner without considering the future is the cause of all anxiety. And therefore, this is the first principle, the first problem to overcome, kama. Many times people feel spiritual life means you have to destroy desire. No, you have to sublimate that desire. I was sharing the other day, I was trying to give prasad to one college student. He was refusing. I will not take, I will not take. I said, Arey Baba, I have seen people refusing Gita. I have never seen people refusing prasad. Why you don't want to take prasad? He said, I am afraid my hairstyle will become like yours. Prabhupada was asked, why you are making so many temples? Prabhupada said, not so that everybody can come and live in the temple. We are making these temples so that you can come and get inspired and go home and convert your home into a temple. Prabhupada was sitting on the terrace of Juhu, ISKCON, and there was all these business people were sitting there, and a very prominent businessman, his name was Brij Ratan Mohta, he walked in, and Srila Prabhupada introduced to everybody. This is Mr. Mohta, a big businessman. Mr. Mohta folded his hands and told Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, you went to America with 40 rupees. Now you have properties all over the world worth 40 crore rupees. You are the real businessman. Prabhupada said, why don't you join my business? He said, not now. So Prabhupada said, then you support our activities. And therefore, Krishna consciousness is the process by which desires are purified. When I joined the ashram, after many years, my father met His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. And Maharaj asked my father, what were you doing in your life? So my father used to work in Bhilai steel plant. For many years, he was one of the first employees. So when Maharaj asked him, what were you doing for many, many years? He said, Maharaj, I was serving the steel plant for 38 years. And Radhanath Swami told him, now you serve the Tulsi plant and get access to bhakti, devotion and devotional service. So therefore, Arjuna asks question to Krishna. Atha kena prayuktoyam papam chariti purusha anichannapi varshneya balad iva niyojita. What is that power which makes us engage in sin? Krishna says, Kama esha krodha esha rajoguna samudbhava. It is only lust, O Arjuna, which makes a person engage in foolish things. Cupid makes you stupid. And therefore, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meets Ramananda Rai, Lord Chaitanya is a sannyasi, Ramanandara is a governor, politician. Lord Chaitanya says, when Ramanandara meets Lord Chaitanya, he says, Amanistarete tomar iha agaman parama dayalu tumi patita pavan. My dear Lord, the only thing which can give one power to overcome one's lust is association of devotees who are absorbed in Krishna. Parama Dayalu, you are supremely merciful. You are Patita Pavan, deliverer of the fallen. So the next question is asked. What is the definition of Patita? Who is Patita? Vedanistha madhe ardhe ka veda mukhe mane वेद निषिद्ध पाप करे धर्म nahi gane. One who knows this is to be done, this is not to be done, still engages in nishiddha activities, forbidden activities. He is fallen. And therefore, Ramanandara says, महंत स्वभाव ए ते पामर निज कार्य नहीं तबु जातार घर. My dear Lord, you are performing the great seva of giving your association by which I am getting the strength, the determination, the dedication, the devotion to engage in Krishna's service. It is only by that Sangha it is possible. Srila Prabhupada went to one disciple's house. There was an altar. Krishna photo was there. Acharya Parampara was there. And then in the end, there was the picture of a beautiful girl right next to the Acharyas. Prabhupada looked at that and said, "Who is this?" And that devotee said, Srila Prabhupada, before coming to Krishna consciousness, I was in love with this girl. But somehow, in the course of our relationship, she developed attraction for somebody else. She left me and went with him. My heart was broken. I was bewildered. I had an existential crisis. And I was asking the question, who am I? At that time, I met a book distributor. He told me, you are not the body, you are the soul, and this is the purpose of your life. He gave me the Gita. I got convinced. I got association of devotees. Now I am chanting, I am your disciple. I consider her to be my guru. Because of her, I found you. She is worshipable. Prabhupada said, the mood is very good, but no need to keep her in the Guru Parampara. It is by the association can happen. And therefore the 6th canto Bhagavatam gives the example of Ajamil. The lack of association can transform somebody from goodness to ignorance. Ayam hi shruti sampanna shila vritta gunayalaya. Ayam hi shruti sampanna. He was well versed in all Vedas. Shila, well behaved, full of good qualities. Mridu, Danta, Satyavan, Mantravit, Shuchi, very mild, sense controlled, truthful, expert in chanting mantras, very pure. In spite of all of this, When Ajamil just saw one scene, he got bewildered. Stambhayanatmanatmanam yavat sattvam yathashrutam na shashaka samadhatum mano madanavepitum. You cannot control outside inputs. You cannot control the outside attacks. We can only control our response. And therefore, Ajamil, in spite of trying to remember what the Shastras say, like this, like that, he succumbed. And therefore, he became completely trapped by that influence of lust. And so it is described in the 11th canto by Pingla the prostitute. Santam samipe ramanam rati pradam vitta pradam nityamimam vihaya akamadam dukkha bhayadi shoka moha pradam tucchamaham bhajegya. Pingla is saying, I spent my entire life engaging in all kinds of illicit affairs, but akamadam, indulging in lust, means dissatisfaction. Akamadam, dukkha, bhaya, shoka, moha. All for what? Tuchham, for insignificant pleasure. And in exchange, what did I lose? Santam samipe ramanam rati pradam. That personality who's right there as Paramatma, samipe, very close. Rati pradam, who gives pleasure. Ramanam, who can exchange rasas with us. I gave him up. And therefore, the Ramayana describes the predicament of Ravana. Ravana belonged to Lanka, and the culture of Lanka was Vikriti, which means at any cost get your pleasure while giving pain to others. And therefore, when Marich was approached by Ravana, Marich told him, Prasida Lankeshwara Rakshasindra Lankam Prayacha Bhava Sadhu Gacha. My dear Ravan, you want to be happy, peaceful, secure, and maintain your 10 heads? Go to Lanka right away. Don't touch Sita. Tvam sveshu dareshu ramasva nityam. Be happy with your wives. Ramah sabharyam ramatam baneshu. Let Ram be happy with his. He was very clear about that. But Ravana was extremely angry. And Ravana ultimately did exactly opposite. He succumbed to the lust and he kidnapped Sita. Marich advised him against it. His own wife Mandodari advised against it. Sita also advised him against it. Jatayu advised against it. Vibhishan advised against it. But when one is overwhelmed and obsessed, they cannot listen. And therefore, till the time Vibhishan did not associate and come in contact with Hanumanji, he was not vocal. But when Hanumanji entered into Lanka, Vibhishan performed the seva by telling Ravana, you cannot kill. He is a Dut. Dut cannot be killed as per protocol. You can damage his part. So he performed that seva. He got Agyata Sukriti. He got Vaishnava Sangha. Therefore, As long as piety and sin collaborate, when papa and punya collaborate, Shuddha Bhakti cannot enter so easily. Vibhishan was representative of punya. Ravan was representative of papa. Papa knew what punya is doing. Papa allowed punya to do his punya. Punya in return kept the mouth shut, allowed papa to do what he was doing. The conflict between papa and punya only happened after Hanumanji entered. Then Vibhishan spoke up. And therefore, Vaishnav Sangha gives the power to speak up against nonsense. Speak up against what the world considers as pious. But we understand that yes, this is not it. So when Vibhishan entered, Ravan entered into the house of Vibhishan, he saw everywhere Ram, 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 Ram written. Vibhishan, was a devotee. Ravan became very upset. Ravan looks at Vibhishan and says, "You have written my enemy's name everywhere. Rama, Rama, Rama." Vibhishan said, "This is not that Rama." Ravana said, "What Rama is this?" Vibhishan said, "Ra means Ravana. Ma means Mandodari. This Rama is Ravana Mandodari. Ravana Mandodari." Ravana was blissful. He declared all the walls of Lanka, write Rama, Rama, Rama. That is the power of Vibhishan. He engaged even Ravan in spreading the holy names. But why is he called Vibhishan? One who strikes terror. In whose heart? Ravana's heart. Because the entire wealth and gold of Lanka cannot shut up Vibhishan from speaking up. And therefore, Vibhishan rejected Ravana's succumbing to lust like this. And he leaves Ravana and comes and takes shelter of Lord Ram. Sarvaloka Sharanyaya Raghavaya Mahatmane Nivedayatamam Kshipram Vibhishanam Upasthitam. My dear Lord Ram, one who gives shelter to the entire universe. Nivedayatamam, please hear my plea. Kshipram, quickly, don't delay. I am coming from demoniac family, demoniac background, demoniac sanskar, demoniac association. The fact that I am come to satsang is a miracle. How long that desire will continue, I cannot take for granted because my demoniac background has been for a very long time. Therefore, do not delay in accepting my plea of surrender. Vibhishanam upasthitam. I am standing at your doorstep. Please accept me. So therefore, when we speak about balance, the Gita is recommending the first thing you need to balance your lusty desires, which creates aspiration and obsession to enjoy like a demon Ravana. And therefore, what is the solution? The solution given by Lord Chaitanya is, as Gita says, tapa, austerity. That is painful, but Lord Chaitanya has made it blissful and he calls it Name Ruchi, which means aspiration to serve. So what is the problem? aspiration to enjoy. What is the solution? Aspire to serve. And therefore, when we begin chanting the holy name, Guru Nam cha Laghu Nam cha Guruni cha Laghuni cha Prayashchittani Papanam Yatmoktam Maharshibi. Whether big sin or small sin, Ajamil pastime describes chanting of the holy names destroys all sin. Kvachaham kitaba papam brahmagna nirapatrapa kvacha narayanatyeti bhagavan nama mangalam. Ajamil says, my dear Lord, you are so non-judgmental. I have obsessive desires to enjoy, but still you do not refuse to come on my tongue and purify me. You are so merciful. That is the power of the holy names. Mriyamano harer nama grinana putropacharitam ajamilopi agadhama kim punah shraddhaya grinan. Ajamil chanted only at the time of death, chanted his son's name, was breaking the principles, never heard the glories of the name, still got delivered. So if we follow the principles, chant Krishna's name, and actually hear the glories and do this chanting regularly, how much more we will benefit. I was speaking to some college students and I was asking them, after a few years of lectures, who's your favorite Shastric character? And one boy said, Ajamil. I said, Arey, koi mila nahi kya dusra? Ajamil? There is Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, Parikshit. Why Ajamil? Why Ajamil is your favorite? He said, Ajamil, maja bhi kiya, Bhagavad Dham bhi gaya. So I said, Ajamil may have done like that, but you may not get that. The idea of this Ajamil pastime is to demonstrate, if we take to the chanting of the holy name, transformation happens. Lord Chaitanya tells Haridas Thakur, Haridas kolikale yavana apar go brahmana himsa kore mahadurachar. People in this Kali Yuga are engaged in all kinds of sinful activities. Oh Haridas, what to do? Iha sabara konamate hoibe nistar tahar na dekhi durachar. I do not see how they will be delivered. Please tell me, what is the process by which they can actually be delivered? Tahar hetu na dekhiye. I do not see any means. E dukkha apar. And I am feeling great pain. Lord Chaitanya is telling, Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtan. He has brought, but Lord Chaitanya is overwhelmed. And at that time, Ajamil, Haridas Thakur, quotes Ajamil pastime. He quotes various other glories of the holy name and tells Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Haridasa kahe Prabhu chinta na koriha javaner samsara dekhi dukha na bhaviha. My dear Lord, don't worry. The holy names are so powerful, they will purify each one of us. And therefore, when that prostitute approaches Thakur Haridas and tries to bewilder him, Haridasa kohe toma karimu angikar sankhya purvak naam amana hoye amar. I have not yet completed my rounds. So therefore, please wait. At that time, he gives her instruction. Tavat tumi vasi shunanama sankirtan nama samapti hoile Korimuttomarman. If you sit and hear the holy names, after that we will do whatever you want. So this was the power of Thakur Haridas, that he was allowing that lady to sit and hear the chanting. The beginning of the transformation from aspiration to enjoy to aspiration to serve. So what that prostitute was hearing was Ajamil's intention. The genuine intention to serve, to serve, to serve, to serve. That's the chanting of the holy names. It's not a yogic, mechanical repetition. So when, people come to Krishna consciousness, they experience that transformation. Many times young boys, when they go to different temples, parents are happy. I'm going to Shiva temple, Ganesh temple, this temple, that temple. Okay. Good. You are gaining piety. But when they say, I'm coming to ISKCON temple, say, hey Baba, be careful. Why? Yat gatvana nivartante. The person transforms, changes. One brahmachari joined, his father came and started fighting with me. Why my son has joined temple? This is not the age for him to join. When he is my age, he should join. I said, let the son go, you join. He said, let me ask at home and come. Next day he came and told me, let my son continue. So, the chanting of the holy name is not some mantra which is traveling in the ether. What are we communicating? I want to serve. The devotees were doing Harinam in Australia. They were caught by the police and put in jail. They wrote a letter to Prabhupada. They are asking for bail, so many $1,000. Prabhupada said, don't give bail. Stay in jail and do Harinam Sankirtan. They will release you. They started doing Harinam. Seeing the devotees so blissful doing Harinam, other prisoners also started doing. And seeing the other prisoners doing, the jail guards also started doing. So one day the jailer, he came on his round. One of the guards looked at the jailer and said, Hari Bol. The jailer got bewildered. What is going on? When he found out, he called the devotees and then he told them, I am releasing all of you. But the devotees found out that their preaching was more successful inside the jail. So they said, we have not paid the money for the bail, so we are not eligible to be released. He said, you guys are more dangerous inside the jail than outside. And therefore, when Thakur Haridas, he is saying this, Tavat tumi vasi shuna nama sankirtan, nama samapti hoile, karimu tomarman, then we will fulfill whatever you desire. तुलसी रटंग के वैश्य नमस्कार कोरी. जय श्री किशोर किशोरी भगवान की, श्री गौर निताय की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की. तुलसी रटंग के वैश्य नमस्कार कोरी, द्वारे वशी नाम सुनी, बोले हरि हरि. She offered obeisances to Tulsi. Why Tulsi? If you want to become billionaire, whom you will follow? Other billionaires. If you want to become athlete, you will follow other athletes. If you want to become servant, you will follow the super excellent, successful servants. So that servant who is beyond compare, tulna, is Tula Asi. So she is the supreme most servant who has a impeccable track record of always pleasing Krishna through her service. Only she can empower anybody. Right? So for cooking, you have cookbook. So ISKCON also has so many cookbooks. Kurma Das cookbook, Adikarta cookbook, Yamuna Devi cookbook. So many nice recipes, menus, pictures are there. But cookbook is not meant to sit and read. Sleeping in the bed. Pulao. Ice cream. Very nice. And cookbook is not meant to be memorized also. So if I say that today after the class, you are going to have prasadam, but through my words, and I am going to tell you the recipes of all the items, and that's all. You will say, we don't want to hear the recipes. We want the prasad. So therefore, which one you prefer? Memorizing recipes or eating the prasad? You are already nervous, I think, thinking whether the prasad is there or not. Don't worry, prasad is there. So, Shastra is a recipe book meant to enable us to engage in service. It's a manual to help us serve. So, therefore, if we get stuck with the manual and forget service, it is like getting stuck with the recipe book and getting so enchanted by the recipe book that I forget to enter the kitchen only. That is another problem. And therefore, Vesha kohe kripa kori karimu angikar. Please accept me and tell me what I should do. निरंतर नाम लो कर तुलसी सेवन अचिरात पावे तुम्हार कृष्णेर चरण. Constantly do two things. Chant the holy names. Tulasi, serve Tulasi. Achirat pabe tume. Very soon you will attain Krishna's lotus feet. Haridas Thakur is telling. Tabe sai vaishya gurur agya loila griha vitta jeba chila brahmanere dila. Again, you cannot manage and purify your lusty desires till you come under the influence of the magnetic power of a devotee's desire, will. The iron filings are in million directions. They need the magnetic influence to be aligned. So when she came under the influence of Thakur Haridas, Tabe se Vaishya Gurur Agya Loila, she accepted his instruction upon her head. Griha Vitta Jeba Chila Brahmanere Dila. She distributed all her possessions and then realized her position. Tulasi Sevana Kore Charvana Upavas Indriya Damana Hoila Premera Prakash. She started serving number one, Tulasi. Charvana controlled her eating. Upavas started following all the auspicious days to get the blessings of those days for bhakti. Indriya damana hoila. And then when she controlled her senses, Premira Prakash, and the Prem manifested. Prasiddha Vaishnavi hoila, Parama Mohanti, Bada Bada Vaishnav Tare, Darshanete Janti. She became a famous Vaishnavi. Big devotees were coming to get her darshan, which shows that whatever may be one's background, the holy name is all powerful to transform our desires. And we move from the aspiration to enjoy to aspiration to serve. The transformation and the revolution in the aspiration happens through association. And that association transforms our aspiration. And that is called tapasya. And therefore, Nirvikara Horidas Gambhira Ashay Bolite Lagila Tare Hoya Sadai. Thakur Haridas could not be shaken because Gambhira Ashay, his intention, his desire to serve was intense. So many times people feel absorption in chanting means we have to artificially increase our concentration. You have to purify your aspiration to serve. Whom am I serving? That is how the absorption happens. And therefore, Thakur Haridas was absorbed. Krishne nama vishtamana sada Haridas Aranyero deta hoila stribhava prakash Nam avishta. His mind was completely absorbed. Why? He was aligned. His intention, action, interaction, all three were aligned. That is the secret of balancing your life. You have to balance your intention with your action, with your interaction. And that's what Lord Chaitanya says. Name ruchi, which is aspiration to serve. Vaishnav seva, actions to serve. Jive daya, giving conditioned souls access to serve. Therefore, absorption in sadhana, intensity in sadhana, consistency in seva, and sensitivity with sevaks. This is the balance which Lord Chaitanya has taught us. Intensity in sadhana. Intensity in, can you repeat? Intensity in, consistency in seva. Consistency in, and sensitivity with sevaks. Because sometimes when you are consistent in seva, then you also. And I am doing so consistent, is spaced out. What is this? So then that will affect our intensity in sadhana, because that will become aparad. And Krishna will pull the plug away. So therefore, that is a secret to balance. Tapa, dana, yajna. Tapa means name ruchi, austerity, to serve. Yajna means Vaishnav seva, sacrifice, to serve the Vaishnavas, to please Krishna. Dana means compassion, which is jive daya. And therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us this secret to balance. But everything begins with the aspiration to serve. So the common word in all three is serve. Name Ruchi, aspiration to serve. Vaishnav Seva, actions to serve. Jivedaya, access to serve. So how to balance our life? Meditate on how to serve, not how to enjoy. So that's the brief understanding of balancing our life based on what we have heard from our bhakti scriptures and our acharyas. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
So we have a few minutes. If anybody has any questions, you can have Prabhu answer them.
So thank you so much for your address, Prabhuji. My name is Parth, and I graduated from IIT in India, and then I'm pursuing my PhD.
Which IIT?
IIT Roper, it's in Punjab. I'm doing my PhD at UIC in Chicago, and for the last 3 years, for the last 2 years, I'm enjoying studying the scriptures and the related literatures. So I found out that
Gita was spoken to Parth only, no?
yes. So yeah, whenever I read Gita, I feel that Krishna is talking to me.
Fantastic.
So I can see that.
Are you also talking to Krishna every day?
Yes.
How many rounds?
It's like whenever I'm working, studying, doing this.
Oh, you start talking to Krishna also.
Now.
So,
So
Naveen, you know him? Okay. Note him. He likes talking to Krishna.
So yeah, I found out that there are so many scriptures, and in Srimad Bhagavatam they have like more than 10,000 pages. In Upanishad, about 3,000, and there are so many pages of literatures. So my question is that like if we start reading and studying all of the literatures, it might take years.
Correct.
So whenever a normal person uh, knows how many number of pages and how much vast is the literature, they get demotivated and they get
What is your
overwhelmed.
question?
So my question is that like how to make uh, this knowledge spread among the broad audience with in an easy way and simple way without losing the credibility. Should be compact. Like what should be the right way?
So you are talking about how do I distribute this food to thousands and thousands of people? I would say begin by eating your plate. So you begin by applying in your life. For that, you have guidance here, and connected to this temple there are people. Anybody preaching in UIC? You go? Yeah, so he's the man. So you take guidance and you start practicing, start chanting, and then when you experience transformation yourself, then you will get excited to share it with others. So the way Srila Prabhupada has given the Bhagavad Gita, he calls it Bhagavad Gita as it is. And it's a very brief, summary of the entire Vedic literatures. Vedescha sarver ahameva vedyo. So all the literatures encapsulated into that one Bhagavad Gita. So therefore, if you study that systematically, your life will transform. So when Prabhupada reached London, one reporter asked him, Swamiji, why you came to London? And Prabhupada said, last 300 years, British have looted from India gold, diamond, rubies, emerald, so many jewels, but forgot to loot the most important jewel, Bhagavad Gita. I have come to do home delivery. Since then till now, ISKCON has distributed 550 million Bhagavad Gitas in 80 languages all over the world. 1 billion Hindus all over the world. The biggest problem is they have only heard of the Bhagavad Gita. They have not prioritized studying the Bhagavad Gita, applying the Bhagavad Gita. So the biggest challenge for Hindu community is not just discuss and discuss, but apply few minutes every day in sadhana. Don't just be contemplating on sadhan, economic development, job, property, family, progress, promotion, equity, exit, startup. Sadhan, 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 sadhan. The biggest challenge for Hindu community is how they can include sadhana in their life. केवल बातें करने से कुछ नहीं होगा, रोज समय देना पड़ेगा. And therefore, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada came to America at the age of 70 and transformed Americans, Europeans, Australians, and people from all over the world who never heard of Krishna and engaged them in sadhana, strict practice every day, not just for some social protocol, strict practitioners who are worshipping deities in all different countries across the world. 1,100 ISKCON temples in 120 countries. So the Hindus need to wake up seriously. Hinduism is not just a political rhetoric, it is meant for action, practice, application. Otherwise, we will be wiped out. And therefore, it is time for serious contemplation on a daily basis. Invest at least 1 hour for sadhana. Keep your 12 hours, 14 hours for your sadhana, no problem. 1 hour for sadhana you must keep. See the difference in your life. Sadhana will automatically be taken care. Okay? Hare Krishna. उनको पूछने दो पहले.
Hello, Swami. I love your dissertation.
What's your name?
My name is Caleb. I first discovered you through someone on YouTube named by the name of Ron Beer. You on YouTube you were talking about Bhagavad Gita very beautifully, and I have one question. It's about scripture. If you think it's okay,
Yeah.
it deals because how I landed Krishna was like understand Krishna consciousness was like through Shiva, essentially. So my question is, I wonder if there's anything you could tell us about that moment where Shiva was speaking to Parvati about Bhagavatam. He was narrating cantos 1 through 9, and he didn't talk about 10 because he said first we have to relish the greatness of cantos 1 through 9 before we could ever think about 10th canto. But she had fell asleep before. Um, she had fell asleep during the thing. But I wonder if there's anything like any significance that we should take away from that, or from me personally.
Yeah.
Yes, very good question. Lord Shiva, when he speaks about the glories of the Bhagavatam, he is basically inspiring all of us to realize, however powerful we may be, even I have someone, whom I adore. Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu. So the main principle is there is an automatic check and balance in the whole creation. And then in Vrindavan 10th canto, Krishna says, the world thinks I am in control, but I am controlled by my devotees. Evam sandarshita hyanga harina bhritya varshata swavashena api krishnena yasyedam seshwaram vashe. To demonstrate this principle that Krishna is controlled by his devotees' love. So the reality is everybody is controlled. That is the principle. Yashodamai ties up Krishna. And then Balramji comes and looks at Krishna and says, hey, you are tied up. What is this? Krishna says, hey, don't make fun. Go and release me. So Balramji goes inside and says to Yashodamai, who tied up Krishna? Who tied up Krishna? Yashodamai comes up with a stick. Says, I tied. What you will do? He says, you don't know who is Krishna? She says, who is he? Balram says, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the cause of Ram, Narsingh, Vaman. All avatars come from Krishna. Yashodamai picks up the stick, looks at Balram and says, who are you then? Balramji says, me. I am the first expansion of Krishna. From me comes Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Yashodamai picks up the stick, looks at Balram and says, all the avatars had to be born in my house only or what? If you speak more, I will tie you up also. So Krishna is saying, Nemam birincho na bhavo na shirira pyanga samshaya prasadele viregopi yattat prapa vimuktidat. What benediction Krishna gave Yashodama, he did not give Brahma, he did not give Shiva, he did not give Lakshmi. So he says, the greatest power is also under control of devotees' love. So aspire to serve and love, and don't aspire to control. So that is the significance that Lord Shiva has the power to destroy. But the universal annihilator, the original terminator, destroyer, he is saying, I request all of you to love Krishna and to love the entire humanity. Unleash love and service and compassion, not hate. And therefore, Lord Shiva is Neelakantha. Tapyante lokatapena sadhavo prayashojana parammaradhanam tadhi purushasya akhilatmana. To destroy others' pain, he is willing to go through pain. And takes the wish, poison, and places the poison in his neck. What does Shiva demonstrate? Whenever you try to do sincere seva, people will criticize you, misunderstand you, accuse you, which will appear like poison. If you allow that misunderstanding, criticism to go deep, it will dampen your enthusiasm. And you will lose your desire to serve. So don't swallow it inside. Then you think, oh, he is criticizing, I will also criticize back. If you vomit the poison back, it will also spread poisonous vibes. So many times You have to be tolerant and keep that poison in the neck only. Then only you can continue serving. So these are some thoughts on Lord Shiva. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So anyway, you are the in charge, so you tell when to stop. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much for coming. Really grateful for giving your association and time. Prabhuji, you mentioned about importance of voluntary tapa, voluntary austerity, as one of the important aspects or pillars of Vedic civilization, not just Vijay. So tapa, when we are following Krishna consciousness in this path, we do tapa, and but it is okay till it is voluntary and till the time it is not pinching us. The moment there is involuntary, the conditions are not favorable, or it starts hurting, then the mirror is shown. पानी कितने पानी में है दिख जाता है. So how to develop that mode of surrender even in unfavorable situations? We should be continuing learning lessons. There are multiple examples. You had also given some. How do we strengthen that mood of surrender?
Srila Prabhupada was on a morning walk. His servant was behind, and a dog started chasing, and he started running away from the dog. And the dog continued chasing, and he started shouting, Prabhupada, save me, save me. Prabhupada turned around and saw the scene. The servant is running at high speed, his dhoti is flying, and the dog is chasing. Prabhupada took the stick above his head, crouched a little, looked into the dog's eyes, and shouted, Hut! An American dog had never heard this kind of response. Got bewildered, sat on the ground with tail underneath. And the disciples were very impressed with Prabhupada that he can control dog also. 2 years later, this servant was in Jaipur making roti for Prabhupada, and a monkey entered from the window. And he thought, I know the technique. He picked up that belan, that roti making ladle, looked at the monkey and said, Hut! The monkey picked up another bowl and hit him. He came running to Prabhupada and he said, I thought I knew what to do, but it didn't work. Prabhupada said, You saw, you did not learn. You saw, but you did not learn. So many times when we come to Krishna consciousness, we see very experienced devotees who make Krishna conscious look simple and easy. So Prabhupada said Krishna consciousness is simple but not easy. Sometimes new people you tell me chant 16 16 bus. Bus बेटा 15 साल बाद पूछता हूँ वो बस नहीं ट्रक लगेगा 4 रेगुलेटिव 4 ओनली 4 बहुत है चटनी बनाने 4 बहुत है so it's not as simple so year after year the same thing and especially all these scriptures were written when social media was not there. Now, social media is the biggest competitor for all of this. So therefore, in the age of social media, people do not have time to, stay focused on one topic for long. You see the volume of the Srimad Bhagavatam size, how they will study. So I am a late entrant into social media. Only in COVID I started because people told me audience kabhi baithega hi nahi samne. There will never be audience in front. What you will do? I said, Arey Baap Re. Then I should start. So then in 2022, they said, now Facebook is over, now Instagram. So I said, okay, what I am to do? They have to speak 30 seconds. I said, what? My intro in lecture said 30 minutes. So that is the reels. I said, how can I speak 30 seconds, 1 minute? So that is the current trend. I was shocked. I could not believe. Then they said, you don't worry, it will be for outsiders. Devotees, they will hear Bhagavatam only. So I started. Now devotees only come and tell me, excellent reels. So I said, why you are seeing reel? You should be hearing all the 2-3 hour lecture. So therefore, sadhana bhakti is under severe attack. So we have to remember that we have to be very, very careful, and it is not easy in the long run. So just this chanting on a consistent basis is itself a big austerity. And what to speak of with families, with children, with this and that, it's a lot of things. So therefore we have to be utsaha nishchayat dhairyat. But the point is, the greatest benediction ISKCON has given to the world through Srila Prabhupada's books and the institution is what? Clarity. There is no confusion. Whether I am able to follow or not able to follow, that's a different thing. But the clarity about what is in this creation, that nobody can take away. Now, to what extent I am able to commit to that clarity, that's a different question. So therefore, from confusion to conviction requires in between commitment. To the extent we are able to commit, to that extent our journey from confusion to conviction will be faster. So the best way for commitment is connect and associate with a devotee who is highly committed. Then the journey from confusion to conviction will be faster. Okay? So thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki. I go Premanande.
Thank you so much, Gaurang Prabhu. So we will have prasadam, which will be in the basement after this. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.